question.
Yeah.
So just tell me when to stop. When you go to the bathroom, do you stand or sit?
I'll FaceTime you next time.
That'd be sick, huh? We can have like a group chat. Like, right. Dude, everyone's pissing. Which way are we going? Nick Nation, welcome back to another episode of the Nicky Gordo Show. You know my slogan. It's us versus them every day. I don't give a honestly. It's us versus them forever, Nick Nation. I have a super special guest today. I've been a fan of this person for about a year or two. She's always in my group chats. We're sending it with the boys each other. It's Blaire White.
Hi, thanks for having me.
No, thank you.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Really?
Yeah. I've watched Alex Jones stuff. I watched the Pierce Morgan stuff.
I love Alex and Pierce.
Oh, dude, I love both of them.
For different reasons, though. Alex is like an insane person.
Like when he said he's making the frogs like it made me bubble up inside with happiness. Like
I mean, it's the truth though. If you, what's it called, atrazine or whatever?
Yeah.
They put it in the water, and it makes the frog.
Dude,
he's been right about like everything.
I love Alex Jones.
Yeah.
I love him. I love all of them. I love the conspiracy theories. But I'm genuinely a big fan of you, and I want to give you your flowers.
Thank you.
Like I think you're doing.
Oh my God, you're so sweet.
And listen, I hate a lot of people. You can ask any one of those over there. I don't like a lot of people.
You hate your whole staff.
On the weekdays, I hate him, and on the weekends, I love him. But I'm not here on the weekends, so that's why. But I watch her stuff and I'm like, dude, like she's cool. Like she's based.
I'm a fan too. Like I love all the clips, like
thanks.
the humor, everything.
Thanks. No, I appreciate it. And the biggest thing I like about you is like, I feel like in the past 5-7 years, whatever you want to call it, everyone's crazy. Everyone's lost a marble or two. But you keep it base and you keep it G.
I try to because you're right. Like there's just been like this mass psychosis in the last few years. And not enough people are willing to just like talk about it, right? So I've been doing this for almost 10 years, and it's been like really insane. And speaking of crazy, it's like I get a lot of threats. I've been doxxed everywhere I lived, but you know, God has my back, so.
Oh, 100%. I think you're doing God's work. I genuinely like you.
Oh my God, you're so sweet.
I have a question, and like I said, Nick Nation knows. I don't care. I'm gonna ask the questions. If you get pissed, whatever. Now you can.
I told him he could say whatever he wants. So
I genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, I hate pronouns. I don't like them, right? I've seen some clips about you, right, and everything, so I kind of want to hear it from you. Like, what do you think about that whole thing?
Yeah, you know, I mean, pronouns are like just words, but when you start using words to like weaponize against people and push an agenda or just be like saying like, I can swear on this, right? Yeah, I can swear.
Yeah.
Yeah, you already said so guys, I'm good. Yeah, I was just filming another podcast here in Miami, and they played this video of like this had like rabbit pronouns. Like she called herself a rabbit. So, you know, I get it.
Yeah, I think it's crazy. Like, and I'll stand by this. Like, to me, right? You're a girl. You look like a girl. You're a girl. You get me? Like, you're getting in Club 11 for free every day. That's what it is, right? That's what's happening. But where I have an issue with, and I'll say it, it's like, you're a chick. But if I see a dude with the beard, in a dress, going in a bathroom, that's what pisses me off. You
like
Lily
Tino? Do you know who that is?
I have no idea.
The only one that I know, don't even Google it.
The only one that I know that looks like that is the one who's at Disney all the time talking about the
Lily
words.
Tino.
Oh, that's her?
Yeah.
I don't know her by name.
That's Shim.
I don't like that person.
No.
I'll throw at that person, to be honest. I wouldn't fight her, right? Because I don't want to fight guys or girls, but I'll That's me.
Well, that person's a
For real?
Yeah, there's like some video of them like talking to a kid.
Oh.
Isn't that crazy?
I will say this, and I've said this.
Wood chipper.
Is that I do think, right, gay rights is beautiful, lesbian rights is beautiful, trans rights are beautiful, right? If you genuinely believe in that, right, like I respect it, right? That's your thing. But I think like this radical left agenda, and even the radical right, right? Because when you go too far left or too far right, you become the same thing. You both become bigots, you both become fascists, and you both become this who doesn't let the other side speak. So I think there's a beautiful middle people can meet at.
Right.
But I think the radical left and the radical right took LGBTQ and kind of like weaponized it in a way. And like I have tons of gay homies, bro. Like, bro, I'm hugging my gay homies. I don't get me? Gay homies, lesbian homies, trans homies. But they don't agree with, you know, pronouns or dudes with beards in women bathrooms.
It's a lot of like just real people who aren't like chronically online, who are like gay or trans or whatever, and like they don't mess with that stuff either. Whereas I think it's just harder for them to speak out because they feel like they'll lose all their friends or whatever. Because I mean, I lost all mine.
For real?
Yeah, well, when I started, I mean, now I have friends all over the world, obviously. But yeah, I lost like all my like friends in real life at the beginning. But I think it was jealousy too.
Yeah.
You probably relate to that. People get nervous when you have like a little bit of emotion.
Yeah, 100%.
They get jealous.
My thing is this, and I said this. If I can't go in a room with you and you can't say, I swear I did this. I had a music video shoot. You can have Zach over there. I had a music video shoot, and there were like 10 new people, and I was like, Dave, if any of them are PC or woke, they're not working on my set. If I can't talk how I want to, because I would never go to a Down syndrome kid and call him the R word. That's insane, right?
No one hates disabled people.
Yeah,
like,
but I'm like, you smoked my last cigarette. You get me? You leave my window down and water gets in it from the rain, like you're a you get me? Just because you kiss a guy, no, you kiss a guy because you like it. Like, bro, you love somebody.
Right.
And I brought that up earlier because I saw a lot of videos the other day because my algorithm changes every day. It's your like brain rot or politics stuff. And this whole debate, and it was like, you know, if you're trans, you shouldn't go in a woman's bathroom. I'm not trans. I'm not gay. Maybe 25% on the weekends if I drink a little bit of something, sure. But like, if I saw you walk in a woman's bathroom, I promise you from the bottom of my heart, like, I do not think you are a threat to kids. Right? At all.
Well, right.
But if I see, and I'll be honest, if I see a dude with a beard wearing a dress, it's kind of like, I think you're just horny. That's my
what it
thing.
is. It's like it all just comes down to like horny men. It's like, it's just a problem, you know what I mean? But it's the truth. And like, the problem is like when people say that out loud, it's, you know, them that's in the wrong rather than the person. So it's just the gaslighting of it all of like, how am I the problem for like just calling out a problem? So the reversal of like the truth is the problem.
But you do think and see that over the past couple of years, like it's tamed down. Like people are getting unwoke, people are getting un-PC.
Well, I think yes, but I also think that the libs have to kind of play it cool so they can take midterms again and then the White House. I think it's gonna be a different level of woke when they get back in. I think it's gonna be bad.
Do you think they're gonna get back in?
Oh, of course. They're gonna take midterms.
But do you think they're gonna win the 2028 election? That's the next one, right? Yeah.
28, yeah. I mean, maybe. I don't know. But I know for sure midterms, so they're gonna let the woke again.
I can see it. The only thing is that on the left, right? I don't see anyone who AOC, an outdated kitchen appliance. Like AOC sucks. You got me? She's crazy. I think
she is the prettiest person in Congress. It's the only thing you can give her. Everyone else is ugly. But she's not even that pretty. She's like an 8 for someone in politics.
Yeah, she's an 8 for someone in politics, but she's like a 2 in Miami, and you're making the club line, and you're not getting a drink voucher.
Right. It would be a struggle for her here, but she's in DC, so they're all ugly as hell out there.
Because who do they have?
They really are. I just came from there. Everyone's ugly.
Yeah, I was going to talk to you about something later about the DC situation. If you want to talk about it later.
Yeah, I survived. Isn't that crazy?
Well, you want to talk about that now before I go off AOC?
You do your interview exactly how you want to.
No, go, bring it. Dude, challenge me. Tell me to sit down. Go.
I don't want to be mean. No, yeah, DC was crazy. I was at the Hilton where the White House Correspondents' Center was. I was at the Fox News party. And then I like walked right by where the shooting was, like minutes before it happened. So it was pretty like freaky. And it was so crazy to like go online and see everyone saying it was fake. I was like, I mean, in fairness, like it could have been staged. I don't know, but like it was real for the guests. Like everyone, we were all terrified. Yeah.
That's crazy. And it must be such a crazy environment. Like you're with the president, right? You're at the White House, the most iconic place in America, I would say, or like in the world.
Well, it was at the Hilton.
The Hilton, oh,
which is why it shouldn't have been. It should have been at the White House, where it was more secure. But
all the political figures are there, right? Or wrong?
Everyone in one room, yeah.
So it's so crazy how there's not enough security to stop that. You get me? Mm-hmm. Like, and that goes back to, and I don't get conspiracy theories, but like the whole JFK thing, right? Like, I love JFK. Like, I stand by him. That's my guy.
He was the best president.
I think so too.
He was the best president. And I wish he could just, reincarnate or something.
I like RFK.
I like RFK too, but he's not JFK.
Oh, 100%. I just like his thing, like, ban Red 40, all that stuff.
Oh, yeah. Can we get that kind of stuff done? Like, it's crazy because, like, as much as I talk about politics, I voted for Trump all 3 times, but it is, like, sometimes depressing when you feel like changes aren't actually happening. So one of the things is, like, RFK, we actually see, like, tangible stuff, like the Red 40 and stuff, because that's what makes you is the 100%. Red 40. Do they? Is it still in Skittles?
Yeah,
I just had Skittles on the car right here.
they're banning it, but I think they're banning, like, they passed a law, but it doesn't get in effect for, like, I think 4 years or something.
Right. That's a make you
Skittles makes you
taste the rainbow.
Have you been to Europe?
I have not.
Okay, so I go to Europe about once a year for tour. And listen,
Okay.
I used to be 350 pounds. I used to be a big fat, and now I'm down to 250. Right, did a whole keto thing, dropped
Nice.
sugar. I'm still chubby. I'm starting to turn about 20. But when I was in Europe, besides walking everywhere, the food quality is way cleaner.
Yeah, they don't have half the stuff.
Bro, they don't, like, I'm not joking. I will wake up in my tour bus in Europe. I'm going to McDonald's. I'm grabbing chocolate. I'm grabbing candy. I don't even drink. I'm drinking a beer at the end of the day and eating whatever I want. I promise you, I come back weighing the same or less. It's the put in here.
Depressing. I mean, we're being poisoned. It's like, it's just that real. They want you fat and literally dumb too, because the fluoride, reduces your IQ in the water. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And see, this is where I went to not the gas station, Walgreens the other day, and I'm like, I want to get toothpaste without fluoride, but one tells me fluoride is good for me. One tells me it's not, so I'm just stuck in the toothpaste out for like 30 minutes reading ingredients.
I only do the fluoride free. I don't play that. Because they already put it in so much stuff, it's like hard to avoid, and it does make you dumber. Like they've done studies, it makes kids and animals like stupid.
The fluoride.
Yeah, and it's just all up in the water. And I think some countries don't have it.
Yeah.
Because some countries give a their citizens. Imagine that.
Yeah, like my homie. So we have these artists signed from Australia, Shada and Golo. They came down here, dude. They go to the gym every day. They're not even like fat, like they're skinny, and they eat moderately healthy. They ate normal, went back to Australia. They both gained 15 pounds, and they're like, Nick, I'm never coming back to your dog country ever again if I gotta eat like this.
Yeah. When it comes to that kind of stuff, I think we're kind of losing. But RFK is in, so. Also, the vaccine stuff is crazy.
Fun fact: I never got a COVID vaccine.
Me either. I've never even had a flu vaccine, and guess how many times I've had the flu as an adult?
How many? 0?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think, like, maybe I've had a bad cold, but, like, I've never had the flu like that. Like, and then the COVID vaccine is scary. My mom's a lib.
My mom, too.
Sorry, Mom. When she's kind of working out of it, like, I've got her on, like, some conspiracy theory stuff, so she's kind of waking up. But she just told me recently, she was like, I now know why you didn't want me to get the vaccine back in 2021. And I was like, well, damn, 5 years later. But a lot of people got it,
Dude, I literally never got it. And the only time I got a fake card, right? Because we were doing a Rolling Loud in New York. It's a music festival. Mm-hmm. And, there weren't stipulations, but it was like on the requirement page, like, you have to show your vaccine card.
Right.
I'm like, I got to show my vaccine card to perform? I'm not even next to the kids. I'm on stage.
That's some
bro, so I go and I paid, I did it, and I go to New York, and then, you go to restaurants, you got to wait. But listen, I dropped out of school. I think I'm a pretty successful businessman, smart person,
100%.
right? I guess. But it's like, you're wearing a mask, you sit down, you put it down. Why aren't my germs traveling to the next person next to me? Mm-hmm. And if you can't sit down and be like, oh, like, that makes sense, I think you're a little bit. And, like, we got to start calling people out on their
Right. Yeah, it's really, and you still see people walking around with masks.
100%.
Just still in psychosis like that.
Dude,
It's crazy.
It was literally 2 days ago. I was driving from Sunset down here. Sunset's like a street 10 minutes away. And super lit because she was wearing cat ears, right? If you wear cat ears, you're not my friend automatically.
Oh my God.
Like, dude, like, I'm down. Like, take them.
It's giving Disney adult. Yeah.
I hate Disney adults too.
My best friend is not a full Disney adult, but he likes Disney a little too much. Maybe more than he should. And I do drag him a little bit for that.
How old is he?
He's like 32.
Pushing it. If he's at 20, I'd be like, okay, cool. I could understand. You'll probably grow out of it.
No. Are you a Christian?
So I was baptized Catholic.
Me too.
Sick. Ups. So I was baptized Catholic, but my dad's Greek, so he's Greek Orthodox. So the older I got, I was like, I was baptized Catholic, but I think in my beliefs, I go more with the Greek Orthodox way. Same thing, right? The Catholics believe in a pope, Greek Orthodox don't. They believe in purgatory, we don't. Still believe in the same God, Jesus, just different values.
I mean, Greek Orthodox is just like, in my opinion, a little more accurate because it just goes farther back. It's like just truer to the original, source. So I like that, yeah.
See,
I'm non-denominational. I'm just like a Christian.
Got it.
And that's like super controversial online too. People just like aren't used to a trans person who's like, yeah, I rock with Jesus. But I mean, I do.
Dude, because I'm telling you, LGBTQ plus right now, I don't think it is.
They need Jesus.
Yeah, it's not what it is. You get me? Like, if they were just normal, like, human beings, hey, I'm gay, but I want rights, amazing. Give it to them.
And we gave them that.
But then they want more and more and more. And yeah, I just think it's an issue coming up with them. And do I think they need Jesus? Yeah, a little bit.
100%. Like, and it's not like, I never want to be a preacher because how could I be? But, like, I think it would benefit everybody if there was a little less godlessness in that community.
Yeah, and people think like, okay, cool, you're trans, you do this, but they think you fit in this bubble where it's like, okay, you're trans, so you automatically shouldn't like Christ, you shouldn't do this, and you like, no, like, why can't you just be normal and I'm just trans? That's me.
And who wouldn't like Jesus? That's weird. I never, even like before I found the truth, which is Jesus Christ, I was never like, you know, people were just like mocking Jesus. People are very demonic with it. I was never with that either. Like, that's weird.
Yeah, I come from the rap industry, right? So like, I'm 31. I've always believed in God and Jesus, right? All that stuff, the Bible. The older I got, the more like, oh, it's the truth, right?
Yes.
Like when I was in my early 20s, I believed in God, I prayed, but I never took it serious. Now I go to church, at least I try once a week. I don't go to Sunday service because I don't like seeing people. Like, I genuinely don't like them. So I'll go, like, I have a 24-hour church. I'll go at night. I'll pray, I'll do my thing. But in the rap community, like, you know, you see burning crosses. You see people mocking the cross. You see it happen day by day, but it doesn't happen with any other religion. Like, I see it.
No one's burning, you know, symbols of Islam, or you definitely can't say nothing about Judaism. No. Those goons, they write. And I respect that they write out for their religion. I will say that because I wish Christians rode for Christians the way that, you know, Jews ride for Jews. Because, again, I mean, Christianity, that's, in my opinion, not even opinion, I know that's the one true God. So I wish we rode for ourselves like that.
Yeah, like the Crusaders back in the day?
Right.
To a certain extent?
Whenever you even like think about that, you just start getting like a little bit of a energy.
I started getting hot flashes. I started breaking a sweat. Fun fact, I'm dating a Jewish girl.
Okay.
So I go to Shabbat dinner, but I still tell her all the time. I'm like, it's crazy. Like, everyone can mock, you know, Christianity, Catholicism, but the minute you mock Judy, I crack jokes with her all the time. She's based too. Like, I'll crack jokes with my girlfriend. I'll be like,
because not all Jews are like, you know, upset about it all the time. Like,
yeah, it's like, it's the same thing. Like, you know, stigmas are for a reason, right? Pauly Salvadorian. He's lazy and he steals sometimes, right? That's what it is. That's a statistic.
Right.
I'm a fat guy, so sometimes I'm kind of lazy. I'm not smelly fat, though. I will take pride in that. So the statistics. So I always go back and forth with you on that stuff. You get me?
Yeah, because people are just people. You know what I mean? It's like I could be friends with even a Muslim. I could be friends with a Jew. I could be, anybody. People are literally just people. And you just, like, if you really vibe with someone and you see that they're just like you in more ways than not, you know, we're all just humans.
Yeah. Except the Somalians. I say we kick them all out from Minneapolis. Let's round them out.
I will say those Somalians, whenever I see clips out of there, I'm like, wow, they really did Minneapolis dirty, putting all those imported Somalians in. Because the fraud is crazy.
Dude, it's insane.
It's crazy.
Dude, I was a kid. I was like 20 years old. And like my dad comes from business, right? So that's what I was supposed to do. He told me, Nick, you can play with anyone except the IRS. I was like, Dad, I want to go do I'm 20 years old. I want to party in the rap industry. And I'm like, oh, damn, I ran off on the IRS on $500,000. Now they're coming after me. I had to pay them all back. So it's like crazy. I had to pay them all back that money. I don't even get a good job or a fruit basket to my house. But the Somalian kingpins in Minneapolis can steal $11 billion. Brother, you're good. Here's a Hilton hotel, a Red Lobster gift card. Hey, take an iPhone too.
Right. I look at that and I'm like doing life wrong because I guess you just got to scam and you can have whatever you want in life.
100%.
You just scam.
I think this country has turned, and like you were saying earlier about, like, you know, you voted for Trump 3 times. Listen, I voted for Trump too, right? Does he piss me off a lot of the time?
Right.
100%. Right? I got really pissed about the Epstein files. Why aren't you releasing? I think there's a hidden agenda behind that.
That was the thing for me where I was like, oh, this term, his second term is going to be rough. Because I've interviewed Epstein survivors on my channel. I have been talking about it since 2018 before anybody really even knew who that was. Like now all the libs, they just heard the word Epstein in the past year and they're just associating it with Trump when it's a lot bigger than Trump. But I agree. He dropped the ball on that.
Yeah.
The whole admin did.
I think he had to address the Epstein files, right? Like the war in Iran too. Like, listen, I think the war in Iran is a beautiful thing for the Iranian people. For the Iranian people, it's a beautiful thing.
Well, what's that got to do with me?
Exactly. I don't think it's good for the American people. For the Iranian people, amazing. They're out, cool. But that's not our problem at the end of the day.
Right.
Every time we've been in the Middle East, we so much more that it doesn't get better.
It's almost like that's the point. They just want these. I think Trump doesn't probably want forever wars in the same way previous presidents do, but he's still kind of doing things that are going to long term create that. And like then you look at like the migration in Europe, then it's such a bad problem. I haven't been there, but it's also because we've destabilized the Middle East so bad that the Muslims literally have to like escape their own homes, and so they're going to Europe, and then you're losing, European culture.
Dude,
so.
My grandma literally called me like my grandma barely speaks English. Like she's straight Greek. Like I gotta use a translator when I speak to her. And she was saying like she went to Greece the other day to visit her family. And she's like, Nick, it sucks that, I go to Greece, my homeland, and I'm barely seeing Greek people. Like if I go to Italy, I want to see Italians. God forbid I go to Somalia, I want to see Somalians there. You get me? So it's like, even me, like I went to Germany a few months ago, brother, I'm performing at a venue and the whole block is little Bangladesh. And it's like, cool, I'm all for immigration, but like, I come from immigrants. My dad's from Greece, my mom's from Peru. But the immigrants of, the early 90s, the 80s, they're not the same immigrants as now.
No. Now, and this is like just everyone in general too, but you see it with immigrants, obviously. There's like an entitlement culture. Like everyone, it's just about getting theirs and they don't get out anyone around them. And so these immigrants come in and like what Americans don't know because they've been so dumbed down is that like not every culture is the same. Like, a Muslim coming from Somalia is not the same as like the cool Muslim from your high school. Like it's really not the same.
100%. Yeah, that's what I told everyone. Like if you're Americanized, it's different. It's like Americanized Chinese food. Americanized Chinese food's amazing. I went to China, worst my life.
Really?
Horrible.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Horrible. I don't like it.
Because it's not like that with like Mexican food. Like it's the opposite.
I know,
like
super
it's gonna
sick.
be better.
Yeah.
Lord.
Just to go off topic, I have a question.
Yeah.
So just tell me when to stop.
I should have told you to stop a long time ago.
Oh. I was in a group chat with my friends and we were like, dude, we're really curious.
Somewhere in the middle of that.
Sick, bigger than mine. Congratulations.
My mother-in-law's in the room.
I'm sorry.
I don't care.
No,
sick.
you don't. No, it's
High five, Mom.
I've been around this for 12 years.
She's the coolest mom-in-law ever.
Sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not even joking. Like you're in group chats with my homies.
But who measures though? I've never done that.
I think I might have tried when I was in high school or something.
High school.
And it was like capped out at 4 and I was like, this is lies. Someone's lying to me. There's no way. It's not going on. But no, that's sick. So I'm assuming, because I just want to touch more of that topic, right? Like, you like dudes.
Yeah. And I feel like the that like women are always the problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like those are the ones that are in the bathroom doing because like they like women and they're horny.
Yeah, that's right. Like I said earlier, I do think like, the horny dude, and I'm all for women's rights. I'm all for women's rights in sports, in equal pay, right? Obviously not in construction work because dude's going to lift way more work, sure.
Voting's questionable.
Dude, I said this. I think we
Just
take
kidding.
women licenses away, except for your mom and you. Other than that, take licenses away. My mom can't drive. My aunt can't drive. Every time I crash the street, it's always a woman almost.
Well, I can still vote and I can still drive because I am a man at the end of the day. So I'm a good driver. I've never been in a car crash, and I vote the right way.
Sick. I appreciate that.
My
That's what I
God.
like. And what do you think about, right? Because my favorite cartoon series of all time is South Park. I love South Park. And I think they're always really up to date with politics and stuff. The new season pissed me off because I think they went too anti-right for a certain thing. But there was an episode about strong women with women in men's sports.
Right.
I mean, men in women's sports. Same.
Funny one.
So what do you think about the whole thing?
That's the like whack to me if you want to go into a sport just because you're gonna like have some kind of advantage and just like take advantage of everyone's like kindness. Like that's so gross. And I don't know where all these even came from that want to play sports so damn bad. Like all of a sudden y'all are athletic. Really? When did that happen? I avoided sports like the plague when I grew up because I didn't want to play like sports with anybody. It just wasn't my thing.
Yeah.
Whereas they're all just very manly now, so they want to kick people's horses.
Dude, I think
It's weird.
I think it's a bunch of sore losers. Like, listen,
Yeah.
I'm not athletic. The only thing I can play decent is golf. I'm not playing basketball, but I've been saying this. If you let me pick a group of 5 people in Miami, anywhere I want, to compete against WNBA players, we're either winning or putting up a fight right behind it. Like, the man is just built stronger.
Right, it is what it is. And like, especially whenever I see the athletes one, it's like a lot of them like started transitioning at like 40 and all of a sudden they're like athletes. It's really gross.
And you just dudes with wigs.
Yeah, just like a founding father or something. Right.
Dude, it's literally insane. But I said this, listen, it's chess, it's not checkers. If you want to do it, cool. But you better put sport gambling on it. I better be able to bet on it because I'll make $1 billion. You get me? Give me a group of dudes with wigs and chicks, I'm putting my whole bank account and I'm winning it.
You know what's so crazy, speaking of chess? They actually like are starting to ban trans women from like chess too because they're even like better at chess. So even like mental games, the fact that they're men, I think matters.
And dude, they call me an on some people like, Nick, you're this, you're sex. I'm not sex. I'm just like 1 + 1 = 2, not 11 like the Somalian congresswoman said.
Right? That was so crazy.
It's insane.
I had to watch it 3 times and be like, I know she's but that's like and from another planet.
Yeah, it's insane. It's like it's Roman numerals, right? So it's like, how do you not read it says 2.
And it's not like there's anybody who thinks there's been more than 2 world wars. So it's like you can't read it and you don't know how many world wars there are. Like this.
I came to a conclusion. It's like there's no way in hell. There's no way that people possibly voted for her. I just don't believe it.
No,
I don't get it.
I'm going to tell you right now. Minnesota is very rigged. They rigged it for that. They really did, because I remember multiple elections, because she's survived a few now, where like at the last second, in the middle of the night, just like in 2020. You know what I mean? Everyone has their opinion, but whatever. I watched them get a bunch of votes in the middle of the night randomly, and they did that for her every time too. So I think she's a plant.
100%. Dude, the blue states are going down.
Yeah, I'm from California. It's horrible.
San Diego.
Yeah, which is like beautiful, but California as a whole, it's like run like.
Oh, so I used to live in LA. So I lived in LA from 2016 to 2020, right before COVID, and then I dipped.
Me too, pretty much. Yeah.
Oh, sick. I stayed in 1 year in Sherman Oaks, a year in downtown LA, and then the rest in Studio City. Mm-hmm. And then I think the biggest thing is, right, I'm a really big gun activist, right?
Me too.
I love guns. I have a whole arsenal in my house. And not because I'm a thug, I just like it. It's my culture. I'm from Florida, and I like self-protection.
Yeah.
One thing I can't get behind, and I always say, I hate homelessness. Let me clear that up before someone calls me. I think homeless veterans we have to help. The single mothers we have to help, and the single fathers we have to help. But in California, you don't necessarily have that. Are there a few of them? Yes. But it's mainly what? A bunch of junkies.
Right. It's really sad, because everyone wants to be obviously like kind, and like I believe in helping people, and I think there's like a place for a church and charities to do all that. But the unfortunate reality no one likes to talk about is like a lot of it's just your choices.
Yeah.
You know, life is hard for everybody, but a lot of it's just choices.
And they don't want help. In my opinion.
No, they, in fact, a lot of them will like not want help because it sometimes means they can't do drugs. So, and you know, that's sad. Like, drugs are awful, but like that's still your choice. You know what I mean?
Like, have you ever been to Philadelphia?
Once, and it was regrettable.
I don't like Philly either.
It's nasty.
Not my thing. Have you passed by Kensington, the zombie land street?
I don't know.
So it's like what's that place in LA?
Skid Row.
It's like Skid Row, the Skid Row of Philly, but I'm not joking, 100 times worse. Like, I went there, right, because we had to perform, so we took the tour bus over the bridge or under the bridge, a whole strip, zombie junkies everywhere, right? And then there's literally cops there in their car. I'm looking at them. They're cops there just looking, and then there's like 5 guys in the corner, but dude, they're wearing Dior shoes, Gucci belts. Brother, they're dealing. You get me? Like, they're dealing out there. So I hate it. I think we got to clean up. I've said it, and I said something really controversial. I say we take the homeless people that don't want help and send them to Papua New Guinea and get them out of here.
So where?
Papua New Guinea.
Oh, what's that?
It's a horrible country. Don't ever go there.
Well, I know it's but is it like really bad?
It's bad.
Oh, okay.
It's like, dude, like, I'm not joking. Cannibalism still exists in that country.
Just like Haiti. Remember like the Haiti cannibal?
Barbecue man?
Right. So it's like, I hate that we have to pretend like countries are like great just because they're like brown or black too. Like,
yeah.
that sucks.
Yeah, 100%. I said this earlier, like, I don't care who's making my coffee. A black guy, a Mexican guy, or a white guy. I could give a
Oh, I care, because the non-binaries, to their credit, they actually make good coffee.
They do. I don't want to admit it, but they do make... A blue-hair barista makes a nice coffee.
Yeah, you almost want a lived-out ass to make your coffee.
Question.
Yeah.
You order your coffee. They turn that little machine over. Are you tipping at a drive-thru?
I was just talking about this, and I'm so mad because... And I'm not mad anymore, I'm over it. But I was going to Starbucks for a while, and the barista posted on Reddit this long post about a certain right-wing trans commentator comes into my drive-thru every day at Starbucks, and I'm like, first of all, there's one of us. I'm the only one doing that, unless she's talking about Caitlyn Jenner, but it was my city, so it was not Caitlyn. And she was like, should I spit in the drink?
That's
and like
insane.
all the lived out ass comments were like, do it, do it, do it. And they were instructing her on how to do it in a way that she wouldn't get caught. So I have a little bit of trauma from Starbucks.
But you didn't tip.
I used to tip, like, I would tip like $5, yeah.
That's brave. I put 0. I tip really well in person. I'm sitting down at a restaurant, I'm tipping 22%, maybe even 25%. Drive-through, hey, I'm sorry. I'm getting my coffee and dipping.
Yeah, and now I almost want to be more like that because they didn't deserve that. I was being way too nice.
The only time I tip too is like if they know me, they're like, oh, this nigga, I'm like, right. I feel like I have to because they're going to do that to me.
Because then you're going to look bad.
They're going to be like, this fat kid just came in my drive-through. How can I do something to him?
Right, 100%.
That's insane. Like how you said the Reddit thread thing, right? It's like the left is supposed to be the party of, you know, love, hospitality, welcoming. Like I welcome you into my culture. I welcome you into my environment. Mm-hmm. But now it's like I can debate with a Republican who's borderline racist better than I can debate with a non-loony leftist.
Right, because they're racist too, right? Like just in their own ways. They see it as not racist, but a lot of the they say is racist. Like the fact that they don't want black people to have to, they don't think black people are smart enough to get IDs. So they're like, we have to have no voter ID. You know what I mean? Like they're very condescending towards minorities too.
100%.
And that's what I've always hated about them. That's why I don't see them as like my friend just because I'm a No.
No, yeah, I think it's super against anything. Like my mom, Peruvian. She went to school in Peru, came here illegally, did all her stuff. And I forgot where I was. I was somewhere in downtown Miami at an event. And we were talking. And someone was like, oh, a white person was saying something about Latinx. And I'm like, brother, I'm Hispanic. I speak fluent Spanish. I come from a Latino household. I was raised with my mother. And if I told my mom Latinx, my mom's gonna look at me like
right.
Like she's gonna be like, Nick, what are you doing? Like you're disrespecting my whole lineage, my whole family tree just by saying that.
Right. I'm Latino on my mom's side, 30%. I'm like 70% European, 30% that. And like, yeah, no one ever said that about me growing up. Like that's not a thing at all.
And it's never the Latinos. I'm telling you, I've never heard one Latino say Latinx.
Because also Spanish is a gendered language, right? Like even like a coffee table has like a gender word for it. Or is that like Spanish, right?
Mesa?
Yeah.
And the is like the feminine, right? Mesa. So it's like, I'm pretty
Senora, senor. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that everything
okay.
is like split by that. So it's like you can't even, Latinx isn't even like valid.
Yeah.
But it's white people saying it because also that's a way for white libs to be racist and like speak for people. So.
Yeah, and that's what it is. I think what I said earlier, I think the white, and when I say white man, I don't mean like a cool white guy, like white boy, remember who you are, cracking white monsters, drinking Busch Light, fish. Like, no, those are sick.
Right?
I'm talking about like the crazy ones who are wearing beards, going in the women's restroom wearing a dress. And I can see your wiener that's bigger than mine through it. And I kind of get mad. And
in fairness, that's a white people problem if you think about it. Like all the craziest non-binaries and all that, always white people.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a Hispanic or a black or a Muslim doing that, to be honest.
No, the Hispanic trans women are actually like trans women. Like they're really trying to like a lot. They're also like the hottest ones too. Those ones and the Asian ones, where they're actually like respectful. The white girls don't know how to do it. The white men.
Talking about hot, right? I need to crack this code, right? So literally, I'm not joking. Like I was in my group chat yesterday for like 2 hours, and I was talking. It was like me and I'm not gonna air them out, right? But I was talking with all of them, and we were like, "Yo, if you think a trans girl is hot, are you gay?" And I was sitting there, I was like, I still don't have the answer. That's just me being honest. I really don't know. I want to know your thoughts on it. You can school me like you. Listen, if you ever voted for president, I would give you I told myself I would never vote for a woman in power ever. I would vote you in power.
Right, because you'd be not necessarily voting for one. Well, I am actually. I do have plans to run for office like later in life.
Sick. I would vote for you.
Okay, you have to move to California and give me your vote. But what was the question?
If you
is it gay?
Like, do you think it's gay?
I think there's levels to it, right? Like, if you look like some type of way, you know what I mean? If you look like a man, then people are attracted to you. We're going to be into men, right? But like, the men I've always been with have been with just like women before me. It's never been like a thing. But that's my only personal experience. If that means they have like a gay bone in them, if that means, you know, they're a little bit fluid, whatever. But like, that's just life.
And then they come touch your wiener.
No, because I'm a Christian. I don't do that.
I respect that.
Right.
So you still live in San Diego?
I just moved back to California, yeah, because I was living in Texas for a while.
Oh, you like Texas?
Yeah, I loved it. I moved out to Austin, and I got to do some of the coolest stuff out there. I was on Joe Rogan out there, Alex Jones. We're talking about him. I love Alex Jones. And I got a huge gun collection. I'm also a gun person out there, but I had to sell like half of them to move to California.
Because you can't carry back. You can't even have it in your house, can you?
Certain ones you can. So like, I had a lot of like modifications on my guns.
Got it.
So those ones, for the most part, had to be sold. But I have like pink guns. I have like neon green guns. I'm very into like customization of my guns too.
Sick.
Yeah.
And are you ever planning on going back to Austin, or you're kind of done with that for now?
Oh, no. I think I'm done for now. I really do like Texas, but I feel like right now I'm laying the groundwork to, let's just say, be more impactful in California in politics and do my thing.
I think California needs it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a mess. Like, the homeless thing is a problem. It's also like a sanctuary state, quote unquote, for so like you can if you want to, and it's legal. So there's a lot that I want to work on.
Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, I think hate's a strong word. I use it every day, and sometimes I regret it. Not really. I just say it not to piss people off. I hate Newsom. I don't like Newsom at all. I think he's a chameleon. I think he's like, he did the interview with Kirk, right?
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Kirk. I
Right
love Charlie Kirk.
Oh my God, that makes me want to cry.
Love him. I think it's crazy, you know, like, he's so left and progressive and all this, but when he did the interview, it's like, you're saying you don't believe in.
Because he's a reptilian.
You believe in the reptilian?
Or a chameleon. A chameleon. But also probably a reptilian. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's
Shapeshifters?
Freudian slip, but true.
Like, he signed, right? And I had to write this down because I don't remember facts like this. I did one too many back in the day, so I write it down. In 2024 and 2025, he was defending the AB 1995 law that was banned schools from telling parents about gender ideology, which I think it's insane. Right. I remember at 15 years old, right? At 15, I wanted to get a tattoo. I remember what it was. I wanted to get a boombox here with 2 broken beer bottles. I don't even drink beer. And now I'm like, oh, dude, thank God my mom told me no. I would have never got it. So if at 15 years old, I have to ask permission to get a tattoo, why is it okay to hide, you know, this gender in schools when you shouldn't be learning about it in schools?
Well, you know, the world is ran by Satanists, so that's how they run things. I really do believe that. Like, I think...
Ran by Satanists?
Yeah. I mean, you look at, you know all about the Epstein stuff. They're on that. It's like, look at the stuff they were talking about in the files. It's like, they're all doing Kabbalah and they're all, like, doing rituals. It's like, that's really what the world is. And so it becomes obvious when you look at, like, oh, yeah, there's gay books in middle schools in California. Who would think to do that? Even the worst, like, atheist, I don't think would think to put that in there, but a Satanist as would.
Yeah, I have atheist friends. Like I said, we not argue, we debate all the time. Dude, they're not violent. They don't push their ideology on anyone, which I love. And they're never on that, like, harmful, hurtful type of stuff.
Yeah, if anything, you maybe feel, like, slightly, like, bad for atheists in a little bit. Because it's like, not that I look down on them or anything, but, like, I mean... life is just better when you know there's something, like, bigger than you, right? Like,
100%.
I feel, if anything, bad for them. But I also know you can't, like, push someone to have a faith or whatever. You either have that, like, part of your brain, like, your soul turned on, or it's not. So, yeah.
Now I have a question. Because you said the Satanist thing in America, and I don't know if I believe it's Satanism, but I do think it's a bunch of, like, influences from other places, right? Like, I'm anti-lobbyism. I don't think people should be in our fairs. I don't think we should be getting money from foreign countries. I don't believe any of that, Republican or liberal.
Right.
I do not think so. We shouldn't be getting money from any country. If it's Uganda, Ukraine, Israel, Peru, Bolivia, whatever it is. I don't agree in it. Like I don't think anyone should be getting money in.
Yeah, God forbid we just prioritize America, right? Like you were saying earlier about like Iran, like cute for them. What's that got to do with me? Like, God forbid I want to talk about Seattle. I care more about the lived out, most horrible city in America before I give a about the best city in Iran. You know what I mean? Like, and I care on a human level, like, but we voted for regime change here, not Iran.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people, right, and kids, like, we've had the biggest impactful, red movement with Gen Zs. Like, all my homies, like, you go to a club anywhere, they're all based and they're all red pilled, right? But they're all saying the same thing. Like, they're all like, like, we like Trump and like we're Republican, but we're starting to get pissed off at this person.
Yeah, me too.
Like, you're not keeping your promises. You're giving your money everywhere, right? Like, I've always said, like, if I pay I pay a lot of money in taxes every year, right? Cool, take it, sure, I'll make it back. But can we help the, like, the single mom or the single dad, or like, how about we fix the schools out here, or like, just give back to the veteran, do something like that. Like, I don't want to give my money to Peru to make a $10 million transgender book for kids.
Right, we have way too much going on here, and it's like, when can we address that? And I think a lot of people are feeling like really hopeless with politics because it's like we did vote to address that, and it's not necessarily happening. And the time is ticking because now we're about to have midterms, and if Democrats take it, which there are, then we won't even have the power to like affect the change we want to. So then it's kind of over, right? So it's a little bit scary.
You know what I was thinking about? It's really cool. I zoned out for a minute. Like, if you ran for like, governor of California, I can make you like super sick merch.
Really?
Like, think about it. Like, she wins, right? But she's like, well, I'm still a man in office. Like, dude, you're cracking the Matrix.
There's so many funny slogans. I have a million ideas of funny slogans like written down at home because it's like, why not? Humor matters in politics too. Like, that's what Trump capitalized a lot on, like all the meme magic and all that.
Yeah, dude, his PR team was, listen, where something's up, yeah, but it's like locker room. That's why it's locker room boy talk. Like, dude, you go with my homies. Like, my homies say some of the most degenerate, absurd stuff. Like, every day I learn a new racial slur, and I'm like, how come I did not know this earlier? How come I don't know this one? And I get excited like a kid in the candy shop, and I can't wait to use it.
I just learned one I've been saying my whole life, and no one told me it was a slur. And I thought it meant something else. It was like one for Asians. I would always say, like, if somebody like tricked me or bamboozled me, like, oh my God. But I think that means
so it's a big word in Florida.
Asian people.
It's really big in Florida, but it's a slur for Asians.
Shout out to Asians. I really don't feel any negative way.
I love Asians.
I love Asians. They don't do.
I don't like the.
You don't necessarily want to drive around them sometimes, but we still love them.
You like the Indians? I'm kind of pissed at them right now.
I love people.
Nice, I respect it. I'll go a little more base. I don't give a to be honest. Just because I see the video of them cooking on street food with their feet, and I'm kind of like, bro, you're cooked. You get me? And I don't have any Indian fans. So I'm not even losing anything right now. Go ahead. I'll all you guys if you ever tried me.
The poo poo festival was crazy though.
It's insane. You're just doing poop everywhere.
That was. I had no idea anything like that existed, even in the worst countries. So it's interesting. We're importing a lot of them too.
We should be. You want to hear something crazy? It's a fact, and you can fact check me. Because my thing is this. I know a little bit about a lot, and then I just use common sense to know more about it. You get me? If that makes sense.
That makes perfect sense.
Makes sense in my head. So it's like, I was talking to my friend. He's super, like, dude, he's like one of the smartest people I know in politics. So if you're Indian, you can come here on a visa, and you can buy a business, and for 5 or 6 years, you don't have to pay taxes on it. But after those 5 or 6 years pass, and you can fact check me, Dad, and if I'm a liar, don't say, because I'll fire you at the end of the show. You suck it up. So after 5 or 7 years, they can move it to, like, their grandkids or their kids, and you're just beating this tax law over and over. I'm not even joking right now. I swear, you can Google it.
How do I avoid tax? Why don't I get an option to avoid taxes?
Because we're smart.
Oh my God.
And we're not mentally crippled.
You just got to scam. That's the only way you can get by in life now.
Oh, dude, my friends in LA, like, I had homies that were drug dealers that when COVID happened, bro, they made $250,000 in 1 month just scamming on COVID. Like the boys, like just selling. I know a lot of people, right? I know business people. I know everything, bro. I just made $250,000 this month. What the hell did you do? Like, how'd you just make more money than me this month?
Have you ever
COVID
done
checks?
hard jobs?
Me? Yeah. I used to do a lot of, when I was a kid, right? I come from the rap industry. So I started making music when I was 17, 18. And then, you know, money comes in fast. Everything comes in fast. I got into drinking, popping.
What is
So it's cough syrup.
Oh, okay.
So it's like makes you sleepy and not nauseous because it you high like makes you nauseous.
Does it make you feel like drunk or something?
I've never been drunk my whole life.
You didn't drink alcohol?
I never drink. The most I drank alcohol, I drank like I think 2 beers and I kind of felt tipsy and I stopped.
Oh wow. Well, I mean, alcohol is the devil.
I think
like
so too.
I had alcoholism in my family growing up. It's the devil.
Have you ever done or been on?
No, I've never done a hard. Well, I've done like psychedelics and stuff. So some people think that's a hard. That's not like made in a lab. It's a mushroom, a plant, right? And I like psychedelics a lot. Have you done psychedelics?
I've never done it. And
you should.
For 2 reasons, I've never done it. So first reason why I've never done it is I've always been a pharmaceutical guy. Even though I'm super anti-big pharma, I used to pop did everything I did. But I was a functional junkie. I was on tour, performing, doing everything high as dog shit. Like, right? But I feel like my mind isn't made for it. I could be tripping. And I had a bad experience when I was a kid. I'll never forget this story. I'm not going to say his name. I get mad at me. But he did a little bit too much at 16 years old. And even though isn't natural, like
it's the drug.
So he was doing and one day he came to me almost crying. He's like, Nick, I love you so much. He's like, tomorrow, it was a certain date. And I was 16 years old. He was like, tomorrow I'm going to transcend into the 3rd dimension. I'm never going to talk to you ever again. You're not going to remember me, but I love you. Give me a hug. And I was like, if I wake up tomorrow and you're here, like, I'm going to nuts. Right?
Oh my God.
Wake up next morning. I'm like, what's up, brother? I'm with you in the next dimension. Never talk to me again. So I saw him like, oh, like, you know, either you're cooked or you did a little bit too much hallucinogenics.
Yeah, because the mixed with the shrooms, that'll fry you. That'll fry you. Because shrooms is natural, and like even like in biblical times, they call that angel food because it could like help you like ascend to like, you know, not heaven, but you can like communicate with like angels and like God better. So like it made me a more spiritual person. I'll say that.
That's nice. I think everyone has their own niche, like, you know, but you microdose, I'm assuming, or like, are you popping 3 grams at one time?
Yeah, and I do it extremely rarely. Like, it's been even years since I've even done it. But like, you're supposed to do it for like, you know, personal improvement. It's not a party. I've never done anything hard. And I do smoke a little bit.
You like weed?
Yeah, I like
I used to smoke when I got sober. I tried smoking again. Crazy panic attack. Like, I'm about to call the cops on myself bad. Like, I can't do it. Can't do it. I freak out.
It can definitely give you anxiety. Yeah.
Cause I had a homie, right? And he loves like, oh, I'm microdosing every morning. But this is eating a whole gram in the morning. So you're not even microdosing at this point, you're getting high.
That's maxing. Right.
You looks max?
I guess are like the original looks maxers, right?
That's what I was saying, because there's a whole trend going on, right? Everyone's being on, you know, trend and all this stuff, and their looks maxing.
We've been doing that.
They do.
Just in the opposite direction. I always have been saying like clavicular gives male to male trans. You know what I mean? Crazy. Like he's male, but he's going more male. Yeah. But I like clavicular. I think he's like an autistic angel, and he is like kind of like a unicorn.
I think he's funny. I like him.
I think he's funny, and I like that it's something different because everything is so boring lately.
Yeah, I like
he lives out here, right?
Yeah, because he was doing a stream the other day.
Yeah.
And the thing I like about him is he can say, like, you know, 6-7 years ago, if I said or you're gonna get canceled. Now people can say it all the time, right? And you're good. Look at Clav. He's booming right now, and he says everything under the sun. So I think people are enjoying that, you know, this free speech that you have and you're entitled to in this country.
Yeah. The only thing I will say is I hope he is careful with like all the drugs and stuff because that was scary.
Apparently he's sober now.
I hope so. And I hope he has like good people around him because when you first start out and it's like a whirlwind like that, and you just don't know who's around you.
Nice. I know he has this new shout out JMP. So JMP is my homie. He's a big music producer out here, music video producer. Sorry, and he does all his like streaming stuff now.
Oh, cool.
Like he handles all that stuff.
I like him, but I also like love. I guess just autistic people in general. I love on the spectrum. I'm a little autistic as well, so.
I think everyone who's a little creative has a little tism in themselves.
You have to be. I'm like a level, what is it like? There's level 1, 2, 3. I'm like probably like a level 1, but I'm probably verging on a number 2, going on 2.
So like you can't really draw a cool Spider-Man, but you're super cool and you can do a bunch of cool stuff.
Right. I have like just like random, I think like to communicate and like do videos and stuff, like you have to be a little bit like autistic. Because otherwise, it's not going to even be entertaining. And autistic people are smarter. I'm sorry, they just are.
Oh, dude, all my friends are autistic.
Mm-hmm.
Except
See what they
that
did?
one. That one's sitting's kind of NPC vibe, so he might not be autistic. But I think everyone who doesn't have autism is an NPC. How about that?
So you're racist against non-autists.
Not racist, prejudice. A little bit different.
You're like not racist, just really hateful towards them. Have you seen Love on the Spectrum?
I love Love on the Spectrum.
I have the worst news to tell you about that show.
It's fake.
No. I just found out they don't pay them.
For real?
They do not pay
at all
the cast because it's a docu-series. It's not a reality show. So they're winning Emmys under like the category of reality show, and they're not paying their cat. Hollywood's evil.
That's crazy.
Isn't that sad?
Yeah, because listen, like one thing I have a soft spot in my heart for are like, you know, like kids with or not even kids, people with problems, right? If it's, you know, ardation, I don't even want to say it. See, that I can't say it in that form. You got me? I got to say in other stuff.
Right.
If it's autism, whatever. So like, not paying is insane because I know you're a multi-million-dollar business.
It's like
and that's me lowballing. That's me lowballing.
Yeah,
right there.
it's one of the biggest shows. So it's kind of like y'all are just abusing them, like exploiting them, you know. But that's Hollywood. That's why it's good to be your own boss. Like you're your own boss. It's good to not be at the whim of like big companies.
Oh, 100%. And you saying that is like how we were talking earlier. Like being your own boss is the best because I've came from the music industry for what, like 13 years now. Like I've seen these kids sign the most predatory deals of all time, right? Like 19-year-old kids on and so up beyond belief. They throw them in a room, put them in a nice penthouse for a week. Hey, sign this contract. Your lawyer is actually my lawyer for my label that I pay on retainer, which is already illegal. You can't do that in the music industry because then they're reviewing your files and you're signing these predatory deals. Like,
yeah,
label gets 80%, you get 20% after recoupment of $1 million. And then after that recoupment, we have a licensing deal for 5 years. So technically, you're never going to see 100% of your money for 10 years.
It's like a gang. They have it all set up. Like you said, the lawyers are friends with each other. They know how to screw over the kids. And a lot of them are on and young. And like, yeah, it's really sad.
Yeah. And they're, like I said, it's always been a thing. Lately, after, you know, Lil Peep passed and Juice WRLD passed and X passed and all these other musicians that are super influential passed, all my friends, rest in peace to all of them, it's like, I don't think labels did it because they cared. I think labels did it because they were in hot water.
Right.
That they started being more lenient. And by lenient, they're still doing very predatory terms, but they're a little more lenient in general for these artists.
Yeah, and people just don't know. Like, people think that fame and, like, being known and stuff is, like, all your problems go away. And, like, all the famous people I know, minus a few, are, like, the most people, you know, and it's not their fault. It's like they have problems and the fame like creates more problems. But I do feel like I've been around like a lot of really healthy, like sound-minded famous people too. And those are the ones that are like, they have the longevity, but it can drive you crazy.
Yeah, 100%. Like I talk to, like I said, like I do A&R in my label. So I talk to all these young generation all the time. Like these new artists I'm signing are between the ages of like 17 to 26. So we'll talk about it and I'm like, yo, like just know we're in the business for longevity. And the minute you go in, and you know this for a fact, the minute you go in some sort of limelight, you're going to receive love. But with the love, you're going to get a lot of hate.
Right. And some people can't handle that. Like some people, they almost have to do drugs just to deal with it. So, yeah.
I think mental illness is a big problem in the music industry, in schools, in life. And and like I said, I've said it before, I was bullied as a kid, but that made me who I am. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like, I'm like, okay,
What'd you get bullied for?
being fat.
Oh, okay.
It's literally just being fat, right? I have crooked teeth, cool buck teeth, fat. But guess what? I'm I'm the type of person that if you tell me good job, maybe it's because of how I was raised. I don't know how to really take that. I'm like, I get weird. Like if you were to tell me good job after, I'd be like, all right, cool. Like don't look at me in the eyes. I can't look at you. But if you told me, yo, you suck, like do better, I'm gonna have a fire under my. It's gonna make me work harder. So I kind of run off like this fuel of negativity. But I also can't think that like, you know, everyone is in that same position and can think like me. For like the bullying situation of stuff.
I'm the exact same way. Like I was getting called a preschool and I had no idea what that meant. I was like,
For
how
real?
do y'all know what that means? Yeah. Because I've always been like this, just even when I was a little kid, you know what I mean? So, not that I transitioned as a kid, but I was just naturally like a feminine person.
When did you transition, if you don't mind me
At
asking?
20. So I was an adult and I feel like that's like the right way to do it.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
You look like a girl. Like if I saw you in the street, I'm like, oh, chick.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, thank you.
And I always thought like if you transition at 20, right? Like
That it couldn't happen like that.
Yeah.
That's the lie. And they really like brainwash these kids, literal kids, into sterilizing themselves when they're young. And they tell them that it's not going to work out for them if they wait. Meanwhile, like all the happiest trans people I know, the coolest ones, the most successful ones, they all transitioned in their like early adulthood. Like they did wait. And now you have all these kids and they're like f***ing up their lives, transitioning young. It's really sad.
That's crazy. I always thought like, you know, I'm not that, I do my research, but I don't dig deep. So I don't really know. But I always thought like if you transition like later in life, like, do you look like a chick? Like I want to be honest. If I went to a club,
ranges, but
if I went to a club and I saw you, I'm like, dude, free table, free bottle, go, right? So it's kind of like now that that wall's broken. Like you don't have to be 15 or a minor to transition.
no, and that's why I tell like I have a lot of like younger people who follow me. Unlike other people in politics, like my audience is really young, so I try to tell them like you do not need to do what I did to be happy. And even if you end up being someone who's trans, like just do it the right way, be smart about it, because the doctors are going to lead you astray. But that's back to the big pharma shit. Right? It's like that's why we need, you know, a total referendum on the medical industry in general.
And do you believe in it's called bottom surgery, like when you chop your wiener off?
Yeah, I don't believe in that.
That's OD. That's crazy.
Demented. That's some like Frankenstein, what are you doing type Franken, right?
Me and my homie, dude, because
Nobody need that.
And then obviously you lean right?
Yeah. I think I'm further right than people think.
Do you think dude, I accept you. I think do you get me? Like, do you think because you do know, like I said earlier, you go to left, you're racist and you're cooked. You go to right, you're cooked. Do you think the far right accepts you too, or they kind of like, get here? Yeah,
it's a lot of gestures on both sides, you know. I don't even really care. Like, all I know is this. The demented, like, hate, the kind of stuff that makes me, like, fear for my life, my address getting doxxed everywhere I've lived, that's always from psychotics lived out. The hate you get from the right is like maybe they'll send a mean comment, maybe they'll say something ugly on the internet. I'll take that over like someone coming to any day. You know what I mean? It's like I was just at the White House correspondent and it's like, was it a crazy right winger that I might have gotten hurt by, or was it a crazy lib? It was a crazy lib. Was it a crazy right winger that took out Charlie Kirk? It was a crazy lib. I've even done events where these come with bike locks, like to try to like hit people with bike locks.
It's insane.
I've had my events protested, been shut down. It's like really crazy.
Dude, the left became so violent. Like the left became some of the most violent people. Like, listen, someone I like and you don't gotta say anything on it if you don't want to. I'm a fan of Fuentes. I think Fuentes is based. I think he's funny. Like, all my ethnic homies like him. Like, bro, I know white ends from the hood down here that love Fuentes.
It's only white people that have an issue, really.
Yeah, I think so too. And it's like, do you see the video of that lady going to his doorstep and him pushing her because she was doxing him?
That's exactly what I would have done.
Me too.
I almost like crave doing that. I don't want to, curse myself, but like these people threaten to come to your door. I almost want the day to come where I can just like mace a bitch.
Dude, I'd be daydreaming stuff like that too.
Yeah.
But more like a homeless guy going in front of my car so I can just tap him really quick and just like maybe break his ankle.
Or a protester in the street shutting shit down. Right?
A super vegan leftist protester.
I'm not mad at him for doing that because if you come up to my house, get the out. Do not come to my home.
Yeah, I 100% think so too. Like, I think if we was all I think I'm all for it, right? Like woman or man. I don't think a woman should put his hands on a man, nor a man put hands on a woman. And especially if you go to someone's house where they sleep. And Fuentes is a target, right?
Right.
When you become a political figure, left, right, libertarian, whatever you want to call it, you become a target. Even a musician, you're a target. Don't post where you are at that moment. Do it later. So you're a normal human being, I'm assuming. You go to someone's house, you dox them. Like, what do you want to get out of it? You want to hurt them?
There's only one outcome that can come from that, which is like violence. There's only one purpose. We're not going to have a conversation. You're at my doorstep. And you don't even have to be as like controversial or maybe like divisive as a Nick Fuentes. Like I've had go down with in my life. So it just goes to show like you can't appease them at all. You know, if like a trans like conservative isn't good enough for you, then Nick Fuentes surely isn't. So yeah.
I want to do something cool with you, if you don't mind.
Okay.
I know I've been talking your ear off for about, how long have I been dead?
An hour.
Oh, I'm sorry
That
for keeping you so long.
No, that flew.
So I have a list, right? And I've been doing this segment, it's been doing really good lately, is things that I think are gay.
Ooh, let's do a game, yeah.
So I have a list. I'm cheating, right? Because I write it, because you probably think faster than me, because you're a cool guy, right? Inside. So I think using a straw for anything other than a milkshake is gay.
Using a straw.
I think blowing on hot soup or hot coffee is gay as a man. I'm not blowing on my hot soup. It's like I'm and I don't want to suck a wiener. Maybe that 25% doesn't mean I'm gay.
Right. I agree with those two. It's a little
Do you have anything you think is gay? I don't put you in the spot either because I'm cheating.
I guess I haven't been thinking about it. Let me see.
I think wearing a life vest to go kayaking is kind of gay. I think putting a sticker on your MacBook camera is kind of gay because you think the FBI is watching you, but all you're really doing is on OnlyFans gooning all day. Like, you think the FBI cares about that?
I think men who bitch about women too much is kind of gay. Yeah. Like, if you just, like, hate women.
I'm gay.
And also women, because women, if you think about it, it's like the horseshoe, right? Like, women who bitch about men too much, like, that's dykey as hell. Like, you're probably a feminine giant.
I don't like I don't like I don't like them. You know, I can't stand them, right? There's a restaurant around here that always has over, and I go inside, and it's like, dude, you're kind of testing me as a man. I don't know. And they wear beanies, cut off shorts. You know, their waist is really big, weirdly, right?
They're always mad.
Dude, yeah.
Always mad.
And they beat the out of each other too.
Oh.
I would bet on that.
They do, if you look at the domestic violence rates, they knock.
Wow.
And so you have the L, the G, the B, the T. If I had to pick like a, it might be the L's. In terms of like I've gotten along with lesbians the least.
I don't think I've met any lesbians. Because every girl I meet, it's like, you're not really lesbian. A guy just broke your heart, and you're kind of testing it with a and then you up, and now you're crying back in the guy's arm.
Right, yeah. Meanwhile, you never meet like gay guys who like used to women. But like lesbians, you just find out they have had like a million boyfriends. So maybe they're not real, they're kind of like fictitious. Like unicorns.
I also think filing HR complaints are gay. I handle HR complaints in my company. I just put them through a shredder. I'm not listening to them.
You just fire them. Yeah.
I'm HR of my company. Cool. Someone did something. Okay, cool. Awesome.
Right.
I think putting oat milk in your latte as a man is kind of gay. I'm drinking whole milk or 2%.
Yeah, and also your coffee order can't be too long as a man.
Like it only can be like a couple of vowels. No.
Yeah.
What's it called? Syllables. That's what it is.
If you're on some mocha chocolate latte with sugar and a sprinkle of it, that's kind of gay.
If a man says sprinkle, he's gay.
That's a word, yes.
I might use it one day. I might test the waters. I might test the waters sometimes, see if anyone calls me out. I think playing pickleball's gay. I think if you play pickleball, you're just not man enough to play tennis. Except if you're a girl, you can do it.
But maybe if you're older, right? Old men.
Yeah, if you're older, yeah. Like if you're like 70 years, like my homie Palm Beach P, he plays pickleball. He's bad. I win $10,000 against Steve Will Do It playing pickleball.
Also, like rich white people love pickleball. So it's like a rich.
I think they can pass.
Yeah. If you're a rich white, you can get away with anything, right?
I think a man using a stepping stool.
Yeah.
Like, well, you can't grow 2 inches.
You can't jump.
Setting a screen time limit because you don't want to be on your phone at night. Like, bro, I'm brain rotting till 2 a.m. listening to Crocodilo Bombadillo for 5 hours. You get me? Like.
Right. I would say I agree with that.
And then lastly, the best one here, I think using natural deodorant is kind of gay. But I'm gonna tell you why. The fluoride in the toothpaste I can get behind, brother. I bought natural. The what?
The metals in the deodorant.
But this is the thing, and like I'll stand on this. Like I can never be stinky. Like fat people already have this stigma that they're stinky, and like I'm not in that. Like I smell like MFK or I smell like Van Cleef or something like that. I bought this deodorant one time for $15. And I smell like must in 15, 20 minutes. I'm not a stinky person. So I'm like, I just think non-aluminum isn't doing anything.
Yeah. Maybe deodorant's just verging on in general a little bit. But I guess when it's too natural, it's like super.
Yeah, it's like, dude, and listen, I took so many growing up that I don't think a little bit of aluminum's gonna do anything to this tank of a body I have. But dude, thanks for, and dude as in like, I call everyone dude, right?
Yeah.
I don't give a pronoun that. But last thing before we go, because I've talked your ear off, I really do appreciate you. I think
so fun.
I think you're awesome. I think you're beautiful inside
You're so
out.
sweet.
I love your people. I think you guys are all great. Just before we go, like when you go to the bathroom, do you stand or sit? I'm just I can't
Depends
ask.
on if I'm at home, because you don't want your feet facing the wrong way in a bathroom, right? Under the stall.
That's kind of crazy. I'm kind of imagining it right now. Right now, I'm like a sexual way. Just like I need to. I don't know. I'm gonna go Google later and see what's up. But
I'll FaceTime you next time.
that'll be sick, huh? We can have like a group chat. Like, dude, everyone's pissing. Which way are we going? You know what? Maybe I'll sit down. Maybe it's comfy. Who knows? And I can use the other tray for like a snack. I don't know. I can do something. But Nick Nation, this is Blaire White. I love this person. I think she's, my opinion, you know me, I hate everybody. Like, I think everyone's a like, everyone pisses me off daily.
Me too.
I love this person. I think she's great. I follow her for years. I've watched her. Follow her,
so
support her,
sweet.
vote her in governor, president. I wouldn't vote a woman. I'm voting her. If you want to plug anything too, I want
Just
all
vote
you
for
guys to follow her everywhere.
Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. This was so fun.
Thanks. And it's just Blaire White everywhere, I'm assuming?
Yeah, just Google me. Luckily, I'm the only Blaire White, so I got that on lock.
Sick. All right, Nick Nation. Catch you later.
Yeah.